Okay, it's working. Cool. Hey guys. Feel free to ask some questions, and Andrew's gonna read them out for me.
Do it in the style of Big Leaves and Bob Mortimer.
Thank you very much. I'm not going to be able to see the screen too often, so Andrew's going to shout all the comments, or at least try shout them out to me. Pardon? Filigree. This on this. No, this is going to be a leaf. I just haven't lined it in yet. As I said, I'll try and answer all your questions. Hello. Yeah, Andrew, if you can try and just read, I know it's going to be hard, but if you want to read out some of the comments, even if they're not questions sort of thing, so I can have a chat with some of them. Thank you very much.
Have you done filigree tattooing?
Have I done filigree tattooing? Yeah, I have. I've done quite a lot. If you follow, I've put my name in the title of this video, so if you go and check out my Instagram, it's Antony Flemming without the H, double M. You can have a look. I've done quite a bit on there. Thank you very much.
You get hurt only by people who occupy a big part of your heart. The more it hurts, the more important the person is.
Is that what someone said?
That's what someone said.
Not quite sure what you mean by that, mate, but I agree.
Oh, heavy hands again.
Who's that?
No.
Oh, that's me.
Lots of pies in hand. Nice.
Hey, nice to meet you guys. Thank you very much.
Great work. Hello from Mississippi.
Hey, I would try and imitate your accent, but you'll only mock me. Probably my bum or the palm of my hand. That sucked.
What machine are you using?
I'm using Rotary Works. I use Rotary Works for absolutely everything. I think it's a 3.5mm throw, and I'm not 100% sure which model this is, but it's their like basic normal one that they sell. So yeah, I think they've got a website. Have they got a website? Or they must have a website. They've definitely got a website. Just Google Rotary Works, and I'm sure you'll find them. They're quite popular machines now.
I have a tattoo of a rose in memory of my mother who passed away, but I'm not happy with it. How could you change it?
The best thing to do is if you can email me. All my all my details are on my Instagram. So if you email me with a picture of the rose, then I can advise you, or I can, if you're local, you can come get it sort of fixed up here. But yeah, just email me and we'll talk over there. It'll be a bit easier. Thank you very much. Hello.
How many years have you been tattooing?
Been tattooing since 2009. So the mathematicians in the audience can work out that one.
I want a tattoo, no one praying near. Come over to London.
Where does it say that? I don't know where that is. Yeah, I'm sure there is people around the surrounding cities and that. You just have to look out for people.
Missing that sound from Canada.
Missing that sound. Who's that?
Rotary sound.
Ah. Canada's definitely one of my favourite places. All the nicest people are from there.
Hey from Ontario.
Hey, hey.
How long is your waiting list?
It's not really. I don't really have a waiting list. I just open my books up every couple of months. I post that on my Instagram every now and again when I'm taking booking requests. So if you're keeping an eye out on there, I think the next one is around sort of the 1st of March. So yeah, if you keep an eye out then I'll explain how you book in. It's pretty easy.
Hello, I'm live in Vietnam.
Hello, Vietnam. Oh, I should have done that thing, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Does the sound get annoying, or have you got used to it?
Yeah, I've got used to it. I mean, to be honest, these rotary works, on rotaries in general, are super quiet. So, yeah, you definitely get used to it.
What units do you use?
I use Eternal for my colours, and I use Dynamic, I think. Is it Dynamic Black? Yep, I use Dynamic for my black, and I use Kurosumi Grey Wash.
A guy came in today and asked for an ambi tattoo on the bottom of his foot, like for his body. What's the weirdest thing you have tattooed?
Well, the weirdest request, I've got a couple. I spoke about this on my page, but I guess this is a new audience. So we had a guy actually come in today, our apprentice Andrew, tattooed him. But when I was an apprentice, a fair few years ago, he came in and he had already got a tribal thong tattooed on his back. So when he bent over, it looked like he was wearing a thong. So he already had that tattooed, and what he wanted, and he'd specifically asked for me, even though I was an apprentice and wasn't that great, he specifically asked for me and asked if he could get a Tinkerbell sitting on top of that tribal thong, holding anal beads that then disappeared into his bottom. I refused the request, thankfully, but he did then go and get it tattooed at another place, and then delighted in showing us about 2 weeks later, which was fantastic, as you can imagine.
What liner do you use?
Do you mean machine or needles? If you mean the machine, it's a Rotary Works machine. And needles, at the moment I use Quadrin. And this is, at the moment I'm colouring with a liner, and this is a 7. But I think I'm going to move over to Black Claw needles now that they've got a distributor in Europe. Because I tried them out a while ago and I really liked them, but the only problem was because they were only shipping from America, it took quite a long time for them to get here. So next time I need to order needles, I'm definitely going to try out Black Claw again, because I think they're really nice. But Quadrin are really nice too. I mean, if Black Claw weren't a thing, then I'll definitely still using Quadrin, because they're great.
Send me ideas for a cover-up back tattoo.
Sorry, say that again?
Someone's put, send me ideas for a cover-up tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, the best thing to do is email me. All my details are on my Instagram, Antony Flemming, no H and 2 M's. All my details are on there, so if you go on there, basically just email me and I can chat to you through there a bit easier.
What black do you use?
Dynamic. I think at the moment it's probably the best I've used. Although I think quite a lot of people are talking about the BJ Betts black, so I might give that a little try at some point. Hey.
How do you reduce redness? You don't seem to get any great work.
In this, I reduce redness because it's not real. It's a fake armlet. Woo! But I mean, you can use Bactine. Bactine works really well. I guess just don't be so brutal with people. I guess let's just try and dust it in rather than smash it in.
Terrific job. What a wonderful talk. Congrats from Brazil.
Thank you very much. There's always people from Brazil.
Hey, for more.
Hey.
your email?
Antony Tattoo at live.co.uk. Antony is spelled Antony, and tattoo is spelled tattoo at live.co.uk. Yeah, I'd say it's all on my Instagram, so if you didn't catch that, hop on the Instagram and it's all on there.
Those are things that you know well is I want to get a large back piece, incorporate filigree into it, very pale skin.
Pale skin's the best, especially if you want colour. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I've got healed pictures on Instagram as well, so you can go and check that out, see my healed work and see how it heals on skin. But yeah, I mean, filigree is going to heal just the same as any other tattoo. There's no real difference.
Nice tattoos, how they from Guyana?
There's people from everywhere. I wonder if we can find the most remote place someone's from. No lying, guys.
Do you have the guest spots in New York City?
I do, yeah, and I'm definitely going to be there this year. I guested at Kings Avenue at the start of last year. Was it the start of last year? When was it? Yeah, blimey, time flies. Yeah, I guested there with Mike Rubendahl and all the others, Grez. So I'd definitely be back there at some point this year. So yeah, if you want to get tattooed when I'm in New York, just keep an eye out on my social medias and I'll be letting you know when I'm there. But yeah,
Washington DC.
hey, how was the other day? Look, like crazy scenes.
Where's shop? I guess that's where's our shop?
Yeah, it's in Ruislip Manor, which is in London. If anyone knows sort of where Wembley is, Wembley Stadium, the football stadium, it's kind of near there. It's sort of 2 or 3 stops on the Metropolitan line away from us.
What's the weirdest piece you've ever done?
Weirdest piece I've ever done. I never got to do it, but it was a request. Someone called our shop asking for a suntan tattooed. So essentially wanting to be tattooed brown, I guess. But at that point we had loads of people, like a few of our friends, sort of calling our shop and sort of pranking us. So I just assumed it was someone pranking us. So I kind of went along with it and then sort of put the phone down. And then the guy actually came in about 2 weeks later and asked for that same tattoo, and I realised it was actually a real request. We obviously explained it wasn't possible, and he ended up getting a religious back piece.
To the person getting tattooed, what are you getting done and why?
I mean, you can ask him, but he's probably not going to reply. It's a toucan eating or holding maybe a chrysanthemum. I don't know. It's for an exhibit at the Maritime Museum. This is very late. I should have done it last year, but thankfully Alice, who runs a magazine called Things in Ink, has been ever so kind and said I've got until the end of this month to do it, so I'm currently doing it now.
And very well. How do you price your tattoos? Is it an hourly thing or a set price for each piece?
It kind of depends. I mean, normally it's by hour, because I'm quite lucky in the fact that I normally just do big tattoos, so it's just per hour. But yeah, obviously if it's something really small, like if it's a bit of script on a wrist or whatever, then I'll just charge it per piece.
Like from Maine?
Hey, lots of American people.
There's a lot of them.
I mean, there is a lot of Americans in the world.
Do you ever visit LA?
Yes, again, another place I'm going to be this year. We're going to try and sort out a bit of an America trip, because I've had a few people sort of ask me to fly out there. So I will at some point be in LA next year, as well as New York, as well as possibly a few other places.
I think Happy Australia Day to all the Aussies watching.
Yeah, happy Australia Day. Should I do my Australian accent?
No.
Oh, go on. I'll probably offend literally every Australian.
There's a lot of love.
Good. Thanks, guys. Can they see it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
What's the longest amount of hours you have done in one session?
I tattooed my friend for about 9 hours. We started his sleeve, and yeah, we lined it all in and coloured a little bit of it. But I think that's probably the longest I've tattooed for, in one go sort of thing. I've done longer days where I've tattooed like 2 or 3 people. But huh?
What was your first tattoo machine?
I got a Mickey Sharp's. What did I get? What was it? Mickey Sharp's Microdal. Was it a Microdal? Yeah, I didn't get that one. I'm pretty sure it was a Microdal. Yeah, I think it was Mickey. I mean, it's a solid machine, Mickey Sharp's. I think a lot of people start on those just because they're sort of the go-to machine. But I very quickly moved onto rotaries. They just suited the way I tattooed. It seemed to work a lot nicer. But I still, every now and again, for whatever reason, I've used a sprung machine. But yeah, I definitely prefer the rotaries.
What's your preferred style?
This stuff, like, I guess it would be classed as near traditional. But yeah, just kind of like realism, but with lines, I guess. Like, I try and make stuff as real as I can without it, so it holds up,
Quite a fair few shirts.
Cool.
Getting it out there.
Oh yeah.
Hello from Scotland.
Every time someone says they're from somewhere, I want to do the accent, but I know it's going to be terrible. I don't think I should try. No, because I'll offend so many people. Just like your fluent French, over.
What would be a good tattoo for covering up a name?
I mean, you could do. It depends on how big the name is. If it's kind of small, then so much. But I always sort of lean towards doing flowers because you can kind of make them any shape and they still look kind of right. So yeah, a flower would be a good one. Maybe a rose.
Hello from Belgium.
Oh, I was in Belgium a little while ago. Absolutely amazing.
What's the price for the arm?
For a pound of flesh, or a tattoo, it's the pound of flesh. I'm not actually 100% sure. We got sent these for an exhibition that we're doing. I think it's called the 100 Hands at the National Maritime Museum. But I think they're probably about £100, I guess. Something like that.
Do you have a favourite graffiti artist?
I don't really know.
Great.
Yeah, I don't really know much about graffiti, but I know my friend Yesby. He's very, very good, and whenever he sends me pictures of his work, it's mind blowing how he's done it. A guy Smug One as well. I've seen a lot of his work. I think he's really good. Arrow is really good. I don't know anyone else. Sorry.
Do you do portraits?
I do, yeah. I haven't done many, but I do them.
What is your hand tattoo?
It's an all-seeing-eye that Dean did quite a while ago now. But yeah, go and check out his page, Dean Tattooist on Instagram. His tattoos are much nicer now.
How long have you been working on this?
Today, not that long, but I mean, I lined it in, probably took me, I don't know, maybe a couple of hours, but I mean, the thing with pound of flesh, you have to kind of do everything a couple of times over because the lines, they kind of come out grey first off. So it takes a little bit longer than it would if you're actually tattooing an arm.
More hellos. Indiana. New York City.
Oh, the Americans.
Really. Turkey.
Yeah.
Keeping it breath. Ohio. Aussie band. I think they need to write that. That's Australia. Barnsley. South Wales. Watford.
Ah, Watford. That's near us.
California.
If people just saying where they're from now.
Pretty much. Mexico. Canada. From my house.
It's good.
Well done. Well done, everything.
You're not supposed to.
What the hell are all these people
Are
doing
you
not
on
having
Twitter?
jobs and why are they at work?
Yeah.
This level of comment is making
I am on Twitter. I'm pretty sure it's the same as my Instagram, but I don't really use it that much. But I mean, you can follow me if you want. All I do on Twitter is if something's gone wrong with my internet or another company's upset me, I'll complain and then tag that company in the tweet. And that's pretty much all you're going to see if you follow me on Twitter. So
What's your most expensive tattoo you did?
my expensive. So again, my most expensive tattoo that I've got
That you've ever done?
that I've ever done. It's really difficult to say. I mean, back pieces I would presume because it's the thing that takes the longest.
How many hours would it take to finish this tattoo?
Oh, probably another 5 hours, I reckon. Maybe a little bit longer. As I said, the pound of flesh, for some reason, it takes quite a bit longer than it would to tattoo a normal arm. If you email me, I'll let you know. I don't really want to discuss money over this.
Hello from the US and hello from Romania.
I think Romania's been not the most remote, but most unique place so far.
Do you just tattoo or do you pierce as well?
I can pierce, but I don't. That's kind of how you learn, also how you make money when you're apprentice, is to learn to pierce. But we have a full-time piercer who is the one reading out the questions. Andrew Luckhurst 13 on Instagram if you want to have a look.
Hello from Dubai.
Oh yeah, that wins. Straight up. I've got a customer from Dubai actually. Lewis, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him for a while.
What's your shading technique?
I'm not sure what you mean, but I use Kurosumi Grey Wash, and I mean, this might be absolute rubbish, but it works for me. So I use hot water to mix the grey wash. I feel that it dilutes the ink a little bit nicer. As I said, it might be absolute rubbish, and it might be a thing that's just in my head, but I was told it once by someone and I did it and it worked really nicely, so I've carried on doing it.
What's your longest tattoo and ever thought of coming to Australia?
Yep, Australia's definitely on the cards at some point. Longest tattoo, 9 hours, was on one of my friends. I think after 9 hours you start to lose concentration a bit.
Are you guys going to get the Hell City Tattoo Convention in Columbus?
No, we're not. Sorry. I haven't done many conventions in America, to be honest. We did the Ink and Iron on this, was it Queen Mary, St Mary, Queen Mary, something. The haunted boat thing, which is probably one of my favourite conventions I've ever done. And the fact we stayed on the boat was amazing because, I mean, rumours are that it is haunted, so we went ghost hunting, which was absolutely hilarious. It was probably about 2 or 3 o'clock at night, or in the morning, sorry, and we were going around the ship trying to find all these dark, dingy rooms, and we went into one room, and there was about 20 of us, and we went into this room which was pitch black, and we all were really quiet trying to listen out for odd sounds or and suddenly we just heard giggling from the corner of the room, so we fucking shit ourselves. We're like, oh my god, there's an actual ghost. And then so like someone panicked and turned the light on, and it happened to be 2 young lovers getting up to no good. They thought they'd found a dark corner somewhere, and yeah, we caught them getting up to no good. But we all pooped our pants a little bit at that point. At the moment I'm using quadrant needles. This is a 13, at the moment I'm using a 13 mag curved. Not a lot of people use the curved, but for some reason I get on with it. But as I said earlier, I'm going to start ordering the black floor needles because I tried them out and they were amazing. So I waited for them to get a European distributor, and now I'm going to start using them, I think. But yeah, nothing against Quadrant, they are really, really nice as well. It's really difficult to say without actually seeing the tattoo. Sometimes tattoos can scar a little bit. If the bumps are in the sort of on the lines and that might just be where it's scarred up a little bit, and unfortunately there's not a lot you can do about that. And if you mean those little white lumps, I don't think anyone's really 100% sure. I've never met someone that knows exactly what they are, but I found if you exfoliate, they do eventually go, and they can sort of come up at any time. I've seen people with tattoos that have been healed for a long time, and then they come back and sort of say what's going on here. And then after they've exfoliated for a while, they do eventually go. So maybe try that. But as I said, it's hard to say without seeing what you mean. Who, sorry? Nicky Price? Nope. I don't think so. Do I know you? Mickey Price? Sorry, I'm not too sure I know you, mate, sorry. If I do, I'm really sorry. Definitely not doing that accent. I think I've mentioned the other 2 guys in there, but if you guys go and have a look at Paul Bevan's page as well. As I say, I've sort of written everyone's name in the description on this post, so if you go and check out everyone, that'd be much appreciated. Because otherwise they'll shout at me if I don't big them up. Andrew won't, because Andrew's nice, but the other 2 than me. I'm only saying that because you're literally standing there. If I suddenly stopped tattooing, you know what happened. Thank you very much, guys.
What's your opening hours, and do you get fully booked quickly?
Opening hours, I mean, to be quite honest, that doesn't really matter too much because we're quite lucky in that we can sort of tattoo really when we want. But I think technically we're open from 10 o'clock in the morning and then we close at 7. I don't really have a waiting list. What I do is I book in blocks. So I'll do 2 or 3 months at a time, and then I will every now and again put out on my Instagram when I'm taking booking requests, and then if you email me within the stated times, I can get back to you and we can do a tattoo.
Someone's requested that we move the camera a bit closer.
Yeah. Cool. So it's quite hard to...
How's that?
Is that better? Is that so you can steal my tricks?
Amazing tattoo. I love it. It's so awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yes, yeah, sure.
Some guy called Christian Rutley.
Oh, who is that guy? Is that the guy that bitched out on his back piece?
Finally got the stencil off then.
Yes, mate, I did. At last. And it's taken me this long to get the stencil off. I'm only joking about your back, by the way, Chris. I do really want to finish it. Please come back to me. I'm so sorry.
Do you have a picture of the entire tattoo stencil? I want to see the whole thing.
I'm pretty sure I posted it on Instagram, but let me kind of try and get it in there now. Can we? I don't know how to do it. See if Andrew can sort this out for us. It's a bit. I haven't cleaned it down just yet. There you go. I'm gonna put like a jewel here, on like maybe on this finger or this finger, and then have the beads drop down as well. That's why there's a gap there. But I'll do that after I finish colouring it. Yeah. Still needs to do some line work and whatnot, but let's get in there. Excellent.
What not?
So what not luck? OMG.
It's definitely not helping my craving for more ink therapy of your work.
Thank you very much.
What's your Instagram?
It's Antony Flemming, at Antony Flemming. As I said, it's in the description of the video. I presume you guys can see the description of the video. It's just Antony Flemming, spelt with no H and 2 M's. And everyone else's Instagram that's here at the moment that are being suspiciously quiet. All their Instagram names are in the description as well.
Amazing. I want this ink.
Come and get some. I think there's one in my top drawer.
How long would it take for a black and grey side and upper thigh tattoo in the dream catcher and find it in vine flowers?
That is a difficult question.
Get it tattooed and you'll find out.
Yeah, maybe. You're being very mean, Andrew.
I've got no keyboard, so I've got to say it.
Yeah. I apologise for Andrew's
I'm
sarcastic
sorry, guys.
sense of humour.
It is drier than the desert, sense of humour.
I don't know, it's really difficult to say. It depends on the artist that does it. It depends on how much detail's in it. I mean, it would probably take me, if you're going from your knee to your ribs, well, it's a long old tattoo. I don't know. It's difficult. It's impossible to say. I'm sorry. Too many factors that could change the outcome.
What time is it there?
Yeah. About 3:10 in the afternoon.
Your attention to detail is amazing, bro.
Thank you very much.
A massive shout out from Yorkshire.
Hey, sure. Have I tattooed anyone that's watching?
Chris.
Say hey. Well, apart from Chris. Chris doesn't count.
There is a few.
Yeah, cool. Hope you're good, guys.
It's lovely, I mean.
Yeah.
Claire Easter's coming over Friday for a chat.
Sweet. I'll see you on Friday.
Ask him if he wants another shoes on your opponent.
Yeah, Chris. Do you want to, as you know your stuff, do you want to come and help us choose our new apprentice? He quit. We didn't fire him. He quit on his own terms.
Wonder why.
Careful.
That was a dandy tooth, mate.
Thank you very much. Who can?
Yeah, so a couple of people did also say. Where are you based?
Ruislip Manor, which is, if you guys know where Wembley Football Stadium is, it's kind of near there.
What would help someone who gets anxious before a tattoo?
Do not promote hard drugs on this stream, Bevans. I reckon there's that stuff you can get for like when you do driving tests. I can't remember what it's called. Calms, yeah, that might work. Yeah. I don't know if you get that stuff in America. Yeah, just have get a good night's sleep, have a good breakfast. I guess go and speak to your artist before. Bev. Yeah, I don't know. It depends. It's hard to say.
And during the tattoo, take your mind off it.
Yeah, maybe bring an iPad with a movie.
Get tattoos here, we watch films.
Yeah, we got a big screen that we put films on here. That's always easier if you got something to distract you with. Yeah, definitely don't bring your mate, because that for some reason always makes you more anxious. It almost feels like you have to act up in front of your mate, and it always goes the other way. You always end up worrying yourself more when your mates are with you, so I would say come alone. If you go to a nice tattoo studio, the artists will make you feel welcome anyway, so.
You said you might come to New York. Is it possible to set up an appointment?
Yeah, of course. I'm definitely coming to New York, 100%. I'm not too sure when, but yeah, the best thing to do, as I said, all my information's on my Instagram. Have a look on there, give me an email, and I'll let you know my plans. But I'm definitely coming to New York at some point.
Nice. What design is it?
It's toucan eating or holding a chrysanthemum in his mouth. Because that's what they do. A notorious chrysanthemum eater. Pardon? I don't know. Are they specifically different? Thank you very much. Yeah, are there any toucan experts watching? Do you know if there's a distinct difference between a male and a female toucan? I'm pretty sure there must be. Ah, thank you very much. Which ones are they? The duck and cat prints, I presume. I think they were my first ones. They were a long time ago. That is a lot of people. Thank you, Irene.
Are you based in Australia?
No, I'm not in Australia, but I will be in Australia at some point, I'm sure.
You've got a lifted tail and tail. Excellent, Eric.
I guess I can kind of do this, right? Can you see that? Yeah, I can lift his tail like this, but it smells the same.
I believe the difference is in the anatomy.
Oh, yeah, I think that's the difference
With most.
with all male and female, but I think in the... Yeah, that's what they said. I feel that in the bird world, normally their feathers and their colours are different.
I would say usually the male is brighter, right?
Yeah. Yeah, normally male birds are brighter than the female birds, so...
Cool.
But I might be wrong.
Do you have any nice jokes or just a rep?
Sorry?
Do you have any nice jokes or just a rep?
No, I haven't. I don't think I've ever done anything like that, but I know Dean did one recently. Have you got that on your Instagram? The Joker thing you did?
There is no visual difference.
Yeah. If you look at Dean's Instagram, he's definitely got one on there somewhere. Dean Toast. It's all linked in the description.
There's no visual difference between male and female people.
Really? There you go. Cheers, mate.
Can you be sure it's a male or female people?
Then I can't be sure.
Sorry.
Hello, Matthew Carter.
I don't really mind.
I like that.
Shall we give it a name?
Sorry.
Terry the toucan.
Still ambiguous.
Yeah, that is right. It could be a male or a female.
How much for the main people to be they're in County? Aaron, if you call the shop, we'll definitely answer that question for you.
Yeah. If you just Google World of Tattoos, our number will come up. Or Andrew will tell you the number right now.
01895 621 612.
There you go. Please, no prank calls. That's probably a bad idea, wasn't it?
That's right, it's the wrong number.
It's definitely the wrong number. Don't call that number and prank us. To be fair, people could literally just Google it. It's not really
Hi from Greenland.
Hey. Is Greenland the really icy place that when they named it, they were like, we're going to call it Greenland?
Cold.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ice.
They were trying to trick people to come and visit. But Iceland's pretty cold as well, isn't it? If they're honest.
No, weirdly, Iceland is very hot for a volcano. Something wrong with that.
Ah, man. Maybe insult people from Greenland as well. What is wrong with you, man? He wasn't from Greenland. He just lied to us, like the people of Greenland. It's not on. I don't have many questions for a while. Come on, guys. Or is Andrew slacking? I've already shouted you out about 3 times. Paul Bevantoe. He's got fantastic blonde hair. I think you should quickly show Bevan's. If you could liken him to a celebrity or a public figure, who would you say that Paul Bevantoe looks like?
What's the most painful tattoo you've had?
My bum. My bum really, really hurt.
Do you travel?
I do travel, yeah, every day to work.
What's your favourite machine to use for lining and shading?
I use Rotary Works for everything. It's the 3.5 mil Fro.
When and where will you be coming to Australia?
I do want to come to Australia, 100%. I'm a little bit scared of flying though, so there's a bit of an issue there. But I definitely will be in Australia at some point.
What have you done about colours fading on a tattoo?
Redo them, I guess. I mean, if you go to a good artist, colours will stay nice and bright for a while, or for forever.
Do you have a good eye?
I don't, unfortunately. But I'm sure if you Google it.
Is it safe to tattoo you as I'm on warfarin?
You need to speak to your doctor. Speak to your doctor, see what they say, and then, I mean, most places won't tattoo you unless you've got a doctor's note saying that you can get tattooed, because obviously it thins the blood, so it's not great for tattooing.
How is tattooing a pound of flesh? Is it relative to skin?
No, it's nothing like skin. But once you get over the line work, I feel it's pretty easy. But yeah, it's just not comparable to skin whatsoever. It's completely different. But if you can tattoo, then you can probably do this.
Thinking of having my throat tattooed, are they similar healing wise? I'm guessing that's to other parts of the body.
I got my throat tattooed quite a while ago, but I don't remember having any sort of issues with it. I feel that the closer the body part is to the heart, the easier it is to heal, because obviously the blood flows, I guess, better. I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to guess that. I'm going to put that one out there. Any doctors have any opinion on that? But yeah, I feel that the throat healed pretty easy. I mean, it sucks because you can't sort of turn your head properly for a little bit, but you'll be alright.
Who's your favourite tattoo artist?
My favourite tattoo artist, other than the guys in here, of course. Before I get shouted at by everyone. A guy called Eckel. He's one of my favourites. Becca from Jane Doe, one of my good friends. Lars or Loose Lips works at a place called Loxodrome in Berlin. There's honestly, I could go on and on, but yeah, those are a few of the people that come to mind.
Have you been to the Philippines?
I haven't, but I would love to come. If anyone's going to pay for my flight, I'll be there in a shot.
What's the biggest tattoo you've ever done?
I've done a few back pieces. I guess they would be the biggest tattoos I've done. Again, they're all on my Instagram, so feel free to go and check them out. I feel like an Instagram whore right now.
Very nice piece of work.
Thank you very much.
Can't wait to see the end result.
Me too.
Will you ever come to LA?
Yep, I'm coming to LA this year. At some point, it'll all be on my social media pages when I figure out the dates and stuff. Yeah, I definitely want to go to LA.
Same machines for line and shade work?
Yep, they're all the same. I think I'm quite unique in that. I don't think a lot of people do that. But for some reason, for me, just the consistency of the machine sort of, it works for me. So, yeah. So. I think we should turn the camera around. How many people are watching? 1,000 people.
People try to scare me away from watercolour tattoos. They say that it will look horrible one day. What do you think?
I think they're probably trying to help you. Anything without a lot of black in it, over time won't hold up as well. I mean, they look great when they're first done, but yeah, over time they don't really last very nicely. But I mean, it's your tattoo. Whatever you want to do. as long as you're sort of warned about it.
Where can you buy one of them arms that you're working on?
I'm not 100% sure on the actual website, but if you just Google pound of flesh, again I've linked it I've written it in the description. So yeah, just Google that and you'll be able to find it.
What would be a good first tattoo, big or small, and where is it least painful?
I mean, I would just concentrate on what you actually want to get tattooed rather than size of it. If you want to get something, just get it, you know. I can't remember, what was the other question, Andy? The second part of the question?
Least painful.
Least painful. Again, don't worry too much about that, because if you haven't had a tattoo, then you don't have anything to compare it to anyway. So just wherever you want the tattoo, just do that.
What do you think of
Don't do them. I don't think any reputable ink manufacturer makes them. I might be wrong, but yeah, I'd stay well away from them. I couldn't trust something with.
scary stuff that makes things grow?
Yeah, that's it. Like, there's got to be some sort of chemical in there that's not going to be good for you. So I would stay away from it.
What would be the best way to get into the industry?
No, you missed out on our apprentice search. I mean, the best thing is just to keep drawing and I don't know, look out for people sort of wanting apprenticeships. It's a difficult question because everything's changed quite a lot in the recent few years. So before, I'd sort of say if there's a local shop that you're friendly with, just sort of keep going down there and sort of asking them questions and just make sure you're interested, because I mean, even if you're not the best artistically, what we normally look for is like a passion and someone that really wants to do it. So even if you feel your drawing isn't up to scratch, that's not always a problem. Obviously, you've got to be able to understand, you know, the artistic sort of content of stuff. Honestly, the best way to show someone that you're going to be a good candidate is to just be interested and be knowledgeable about the industry, and you know, be persistent with certain shops. I would say that's probably the best way to do it. Hope that was a good answer. I felt like I didn't really answer the question properly. It's quite a difficult one though. Okay, cool. I will look at it, mate. A lot of messages go into the that bit of the Instagram where, what is it? It's like a secondary folder, and I don't always check that regularly. So I will get back to you, mate. I promise.
You have to have a license to tattoo where you are.
You have to have a health license, definitely. There's no real tattooist's license as such. So yeah, you have to have the health inspectors in and check your place is nice and clean and stuff.
What's your first tattoo?
That bad boy there, look at that. Woohoo!
Are you from Great Britain?
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for answering. That really helps.
Cool.
Does it hurt getting a tattoo? What does the pain feel like?
I mean, yeah, it does hurt. Everyone reacts differently. But I guess a lot of people say it feels like a cat scratch, or like a hot cat scratch. I don't know, Bev's customer, what does it feel like? Yeah.
It's short and sharp, so it's not really
Oh, apparently it's not like a cat. Apparently it's not like a cat scratch, because cats are vicious, and I feel you're going to get a backlash now. Oh, she has a cat. And she loves it dearly.
Cats are vicious.
I'm not going to go down that path. Cats are animals, and animals are good.
And what are they? What kind of animals are they?
Volatile and vicious. And look like they're plotting to take over the world.
Don't they?
Yeah, 100%.
Just then, what's the title?
What's the what, sorry?
What's the title?
It's a toucan holding a chrysanthemum in his mouth. Because why not?
Do you have any tourist balls?
Pardon?
Do you have any tourist balls?
Do I have any?
Tourist balls, which you know the
Oh, I don't think so. I've done. No, I don't. I've done like a standard ball, but with little horns. Not a big bad ball. Sorry, guys.
nice shading. How do you make your mixture?
Sumi grey wash, and then I use hot water to dilute the ink. I said this one before. I'm not too sure if it works or if it's just, you know. Someone once said it to me. I tried it and it felt like it works much nicer. It was a lot smoother, so I carried on doing it.
I took art as a GCSE and I'm studying art in college. My teacher said I have potential. Any specific areas to focus on?
I guess he means for tattooing, right? Andrew, stop being so mean. Again, I'm apologising for Andrew's sarcastic comments. He doesn't mean it. He does mean it. What I would say to anyone that wants to become a tattooist is don't. Yeah, just don't. No, don't concentrate on one style. Don't make your mind up in what style you want to do. I think every person that I know in the industry started off wanting to do something else. So I think just concentrate on drawing everything. Yeah, just make sure you practice everything. Japanese, black and grey, tribal, because you know that phases come and go. You know, styles come and go. So as long as you know how to draw that everything, then you'll be safe.
Do you find the pound of flesh to be similar to the skin?
No.
I'm a portrait artist on paper, licensed to tattoo, and have been wanting to try a portrait on this.
Yeah, I mean, try it, mate, but honestly, it's not like skin at all. It's good fun, but it's yeah, it's not like skin.
How long have you been tattooing for?
Since 2009. Yeah, since about 12 o'clock. You guys missed out. It's way funnier then.
Where are you located?
Right now, in the middle of the shop between two other tattooists.
Woohoo! Who are?
Paul Bevan Tattoo and Dean Tattooist on Instagram. Go check them out. No, we're in.
You are really hunky guys.
They are possibly the finest specimen of men you've ever seen. They don't actually get back to what Bev looks like.
No.
Oh, come on, guys. I thought that would be quite a funny little thing to do.
I'm thinking of getting my first tattoo. Do they do testers before they tattoo you?
Nah, just get it done, man. You'll be fine.
Have you done any Native American tattoos?
I've done quite a few, yeah. Again, they're all on my Instagram.
Where's the shop located?
Ruislip Manor in London. If you know where Wembley Stadium is, football stadium, it's kind of near there.
you want to know about this. I have a couple of tattoos that I no longer want. I'm guessing what are the options?
Yeah, you can either cover them up or, I mean, well, laser it first, then cover it up. That's kind of, unless you want to chop your arm off or whatever, that's probably your only option. Yeah, we can do that too. We've got a saw. We can do that. Oh yeah, look, we did this. Is the guy didn't want the tattoo on his wrist, so we that's what we did. So I'm just doing a nice tattoo on him now.
What's your favourite style to do it, or what do you enjoy most?
Okay, so I guess the thing I do most of is this sort of stuff. So it's, I guess, classed as near traditional. Sort of, I guess, not realism, but you know, sort of based in reality with lines. I really love doing Japanese, but we've got a really good Japanese artist in the shop that does that steals all that work. Dean tattooist, so I don't get to do it a lot, which I think is quite selfish, if you ask me. But you know.
I'm wanting to get my hands done. How does it feel?
Hands are pretty easy, to be fair. I thought all my hands were easy. Around the sides here aren't great, but I mean, yeah, all of it. This stuff that's in here, but yeah, most of it's fine. You'll be alright. Make sure you got sleeves first, though.
I'll be doing my first tattoo tomorrow as an apprentice.
Good luck. What are you doing?
Trying to get words out. That's what I like about you, Dean. You do a joke.
Why?
You never sort of explain other people's jokes as your own.
Oh, I see where did you go.
Why are you tattooing a fake arm? What's the purpose of that? Wouldn't you want to be making money? I don't care how much money you've got. I can never make too much money.
Well, the actual answer to that is it's for a exhibition that I'm doing for the National Maritime Museum, where they've got 100 artists to tattoo one of these guys, and then, yeah, they're going to put an exhibition on. And also because I had a cancellation today and I got nothing else to do, so
What machine setups do you normally use, and what do you use?
this is a Rotary Works machine, 3.5mm throw. I use Eternal Inks for colour, I use Dynamic for black, and I use Kurosumi grey wash for my greys.
Good luck at the exhibition.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Nice.
Not that I'm not really doing anything there, I'm just literally going to send this off,
And that's it.
and that's it. So thank you. Depends if it's an original song or if it's a song from the charts.
It wasn't my own piece.
Don't say it.
It wasn't my own.
Okay, well then no. I don't think you can. I don't know. Yeah, you probably can.
Have you got any pictures of walls?
Yes, I've done quite a few walls actually. Again, just have a look on my Instagram. My name is linked in the description.
Can you tattoo over scars?
Yeah, you can. I would wait a while until the scar is settled into the skin and it isn't red. But yeah, it's normally fine.
Do you use your Rotary Works machine for everything?
Yes, I do. I use not the exact same machine, but the exact same style of machine for everything.
What's the most difficult tattoo you've ever done?
Don't really know. Portraits are quite hard, aren't they? I guess a portrait. Marinesian.
Tie your hair up.
Oh,
Artwork and runs are great.
sorry guys. Tie my hair up. Is that an actual request? Or is that from you?
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
it's really in focus.
My hair keeps getting wrong. Good elbow.
Where do you get your inspiration for tattoos? Are they your clients' ideas most of the time? As a tattoo artist, sometimes I find it hard to think of new things to draw.
Yeah, I totally agree.
As I always run for clients.
Yeah, most of the time, obviously, I get like a general idea from a client. So they'll be like, I want, for example, a toucan, and then they'll kind of leave the rest of the ideas up to me. But I definitely agree. Like, I find it hard to, when I draw for myself, to think of something to do. Generally, though, like I did the other day, I did like a sort of a cyborg woman, just for myself, sort of thing. And it's because I watched a program about sex robots. So I guess, yeah, just like everyday life. Not that sex robots are in my everyday life.
Whatever, Trevor.
But I wish they were.
When the wife's away.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess just like every now and again I'll sort of watch something or I'll see something and I'm like, oh, that would be a good idea. And then I'll kind of remember it. And then when I get a chance to draw for myself, I'll do it. But yeah, I do agree.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would a full colour sleeve hurt?
6 out of 10. I don't know. That's an impossible question to. I mean, it feels different all over the place. So, I mean, on the inside, your arm's going to hurt a little bit more. Your elbow's going to hurt a little bit more. Your wrist's probably going to hurt a little bit more.
Great answer. Not as much as your ribcage.
Not as much as your ribcage.
Is this going all black and white or are you throwing some colour in?
No, there's going to be colour. I'm just doing all the black first. But then, can I colour blend on them? I don't know yet. I haven't tried. I have honestly no idea how to colour them.
Has anyone ever fainted whilst you were tattooed then?
Yeah, a few people. That's only because they're looking at Bevans whilst I'm tattooing. They get blown away by his hunky glory. That sounds awful, doesn't it? I'm not talking about his penis.
What are you using?
I'm using Quadron at the moment. I'm using Quadron 13 curved mag. I'm also the thicker lot. It's hard to sort of say here because obviously it doesn't react like skin. So, but the thicker lines are a 7, and then the super thin lines are a type 3. But as I said, it's kind of hard to sort of compare it to real skin because I think they're a bit tighter on the pound of flesh than they are on actual skin.
Show us the other artist. So here we've got
He was a fucking
Paul
idiot
Bevan
as well, wasn't he?
tattoo
Swearing, making himself known.
and Dean Tattooist. Give us a wave, Dean. And Mr. Flemming. Does it freak you out or are you used to it now?
What, tattooing people? I reckon I should be used to it by now.
may have been, because she asked us the pain question.
Oh, no, it doesn't freak me out. I don't think you could do this job if it freaked you out.
Is this a first attempt at tattooing a pound of flesh? Any tips you'd recommend?
It is specifically pound of flesh even. I tattooed another company's version of it. Not to shit on them, but it was not very good at all.
Why did she hide her face? That'd be very special.
Because she's in so much pain.
She's actually in a witness protection.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to go with better, yeah.
She's a spy.
That's Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
Did that hurt in your face badly?
It's a little dagger. No, it didn't really. It was so quick. It's pretty easy.
Have you ever done cover-up?
I've done lots and lots of cover-ups, yeah. I think my favourite story from the cover-up is Dean's. That one Dean did. The guy had a name on his chest and he ended up getting a bodysuit to cover it up. But I think, yeah, with original tattoo pictures. I feel that like that is most of us though. It's like, oh, you've got a name on your wrist. Oh, yeah, no, you need a sleeve. Like the ultimate upsellers.
Have you done any of your own tattoos?
Yes.
But it means getting my little picket out.
Yeah.
Is that a Carly tattoo or is that just a woman's face on his face? It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Carly's got a long time.
Yeah. Stuff there.
Nice, isn't it? No, I did this tattoo, the family.
On the high five?
Yeah. But that was when I was an apprentice a long, long time ago.
If I send you a picture, can you tell me what it is you do to cover it up?
Of course, yeah. As I said, all my details and that to contact me are on my Instagram. Antony Flemming, no H, double M. And then just message me through there and I'll try and help you out.
Where else do you have tattoos?
I've pretty much got a bodysuit. So I mean, the only place I haven't got tattooed is my armpits, my knees, and my feet.
I love this. No, so good.
Thank you very much.
Kind of sounds like I was putting on an accent at that. How long have you been tattooing?
Since 2009. Hello.
Still in Russia.
Huh?
Still in Russia.
Yeah, man. But it's on Ink magazine.
Yeah.
Will you see that?
Yeah.
Cool. What's the time? Holy shit, it's 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Do you want to be on live stream?
Can do.
Sweet.
Do you ever get anxiety when you first started tattooing clients, and if you did, how did you get over it?
Say that again, sorry?
Did you ever get anxiety when you first started tattooing clients? And if so, what did you do to overcome it?
Well, yeah, I guess so. But I mean, like the first people I tattooed were all just my friends that kind of knew the score about me being an apprentice. You know, like they knew that I could potentially fuck it up. But there was, you know, there was people around me that could always help me out and fix it if it went like massively wrong. But thankfully, it never did. But yeah, I guess like the first ever proper customer I tattooed, I was quite nervous. But you just have to pretend that you're not nervous, and that kind of helps a little bit, I feel.
How would you become someone's apprentice?
Yeah, I mean, just. So I mean, the best way is just find a studio that you feel relaxed in and stuff, and just look.
Pester them.
Well, not pester them, but just be super keen. Show them that you're passionate about tattooing. You know, I've sort of said this already, but yeah, it doesn't. Artwork is not the main thing, I don't think. I mean, obviously you've got to have an understanding, but yeah, as long as you've got the right attitude and you get on well with the studio that you want to apprentice in, then yeah, it should be cool. Sorry if that was a rubbish answer. I answered that a little while ago, and
Watching from Seattle.
You getting questions as well?
yeah.
What do you recommend to use while the tattoo is healing? There are so many products out there. It's hard to suggest. There are so many. I can't use Hustle Butter Deluxe. What's your preferred ointment or cream?
Well, Bev sells tattoo goo. I still say the Panthen, although I feel that a lot of people are starting to say that they've changed the ingredients in that. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if that's true. Yeah, I mean, you know, that might be the case, but I mean, I still get people to use that, and it seems to be okay. Burt's Beeswax is really good. It smells great too. There's tons of products that essentially are the exact same thing. So it's hard to say. Whatever works for you, I guess.
Do you specialise in black and grey, or do you do colour as well?
I mean, this is actually going to be colour, but yeah, no, I don't specialise in black and grey. I do tattoo it, but yeah, no, I don't specialise in it.
Are you going to the tattoo collective in February?
I am. I will be there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. It should be good.
Would you tattoo on feet?
Yeah, as long as they don't smell. Do you have to use it?
Huh?
Do you want to use it?
I've already got it on.
Oh, I've got one. How did you react to it last night?
It was fine, wasn't it? It was really good, yeah.
I know all tattoos hate home jobs and scratches.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
Don't do it, man. Don't fucking do it. Go to a studio. There's no reason to go to a scratcher.
Have you ever got a client that never showers? That makes for a fun sitting.
Yeah, show George, right. This is my customer now. He never showers. I've literally never seen him shower. No, he showers, I think.
Just doesn't tell me.
Just a bit, yeah. We've all had smelly customers, unfortunately.
Is it fake? Yes.
Yeah, it's a pound of flesh on. But in a minute, I'm going to be tattooing George, so I'm probably going to swap over and tattoo him, if that's okay with everyone.
How old were you when you first started tattooing? Was it something you always wanted to do, or did you more stumble into it?
I started tattooing, well, I started apprenticing when I was sort of 18, 19. And yeah, I mean, what I did was at school or at college, we were doing a project on Japanese woodblock printing, and they use a lot of those images from that style of art in tattooing. So the natural progression of the project was to look at tattooing, so which I got super interested in. Then decided I just wanted a tattoo.
What is some good ink to use?
I didn't finish my bloody answer, man.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, so I wanted to get a tattoo. Came into the tattoo studio, started getting tattooed, and then the artist sort of asked me if I'd ever be interested in it, and ended up coming in here for a trial and loving it, and that was it. The rest is history. Now you can ask me a question, Andrew.
No,
Yeah.
what is some good ink to use?
Eternal. I really like Eternal's colours. Although for yellow, I use Dermaglow yellow, because that is Dermaglow golden yellow, because that is the best by far. Right, I'm probably going to have to stop doing this now. So I guess this is the... just show them quick. This is the result so far. This section isn't, I haven't lined this in properly just yet. But there you go. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the live feed for a bit and then come back in about half an hour, and then whilst we're tattooing George's ribs and see him in pain. So yeah, if you want to ask any more questions, give me sort of half an hour, and then I'll answer them. Just a question: should I choose a studio artist who has a similar style as me when becoming an apprentice? What I would say is I wouldn't concentrate on a style so early in your career, sort of thing. Just try and do everything. So don't worry too much about what the studio does. Just make sure it's somewhere that is good. That's it, right? I'm going to go now. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be back in a bit. See you later.